Hello, everyone. Welcome to the All Van All Day podcast. I'm your host, Tom Van, and on today's episode, we have my good friend, Evan Sweeney.
Hey Tom, thanks for having me on the show.
Dude, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. It's good to see you. I know we've been trying to get together to actually sit down and record this thing for like a couple of weeks now, but you know how life gets sometimes. But I'm doing well. Just trying to stay out of trouble in that whole thing. But
That's
talk
awesome,
to
man.
me about you. How's things?
Dude, I'm doing well. I'm just grinding here. And hey, you're my first. Okay, no offense, Roshan, who was an earlier guest, but you're my first. Yellow guest.
We're
like
the same person.
Same.
We're the same guy. And
Yeah.
people mistake us for each other sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
they do. So
Don't tell me how, because Tom is devilishly more handsome than me, but I will say I'm definitely bigger than Tom, no doubt.
no doubt. But hey, 2020, trying to get bigger.
No doubt. And I'm trying to slim down a little bit more, so
Yeah.
I give you some.
But I feel like, since you're the first, type of guest that, again, we're similar in like that sense, I want to definitely dive into, what it's like, growing up in an Asian household. So for my Asian viewers out there, hey, you can actually relate to this episode.
No doubt. Yeah, we're definitely both Asian in that regard, bro.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many things that literally just upon walking into the door that I can identify with things that I have in my house. So
Yeah.
if you want me to rattle one off right now.
Yeah, just
it
rattle
was
one off right now.
I used the bathroom obviously before. That's just good podcasting. That's proper etiquette. And I can't tell you like the amount of feng shui is what Tom and I were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a French term. I'm not a linguist or anything like that, but the Asian community really identifies with having the proper energy and chi flowing through the room. And like just between the bathroom having like not only like washable like hand towels, but like also disposable paper towels. Like I have no idea why people don't use just disposable paper towels when you're using the bathroom, right? Like let me use just this one towel that has everybody else's hands and germ residue on it, and let's just use that for like a week until it gets too wet.
That's mind-boggling because
That's mundane to me, bro. That's barbaric. I don't need any of that.
I think I saw this one story on Twitter. This girl was saying how she was over like at her friend's house and the guy didn't have a trash can in his bathroom. And I'm like, wait, so where do you put like your trash? And the guy's like, oh, just go to my kitchen sink. I'm like, so you want a female to, when she does her thing in the bathroom,
Yep.
to go outside and put the thing in your kitchen sink trash can.
Bro, I mean, go to the Dollar Tree. They have them for literally $1. It's not a lavish trash can.
No, it's
Yeah, I was at Chick-fil-A yesterday. They have like those motion censored trash cans.
those are sick.
You think so?
Yeah,
Because I think they're foolish, honestly.
You think
like,
so?
Yeah, like let me spend all this money on a motion censored garbage bin where I throw trash into. Like there's so many problems with its just identification of, is this a human, where I am sitting there just trying to convince this door to open and it's just not happening. So now not only do you have a line for your chicken because your great chicken sandwich, I'm not gonna front on that, but now there's a line going out the other door to where people leave because they can't throw their trash away. I don't get that. Trash can, how about like just a little bin? You can make one at home yourself. Just get two pieces of big old plastic, put one on top of the other, and cut out a box on it. There's your trash can.
That's it. That's all
Put
you need.
a trash bag in there. You ever hear of that? Unless that thing goes out and brings that trash into a waste disposal bin itself without even having to control anything else, I don't want to see it ever again.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I'll
no.
go off like that,
No,
dude. Don't
no.
get me going on stuff like that.
Hey, yeah, you heard it here. Don't get Sweeney going off on trash cans.
No, it's don't get me going on foolishness. That's ridiculous.
It
I'm
is.
sorry that I'm just like coming on your show and I'm just pissing all over your
it's all-
beloved trash cans. But no, can't have it. I feel like that's going to be the start. That's what's going to start taking us over. Like
It's trash
where
cans.
you throw your trash, that's fuel. What if they're powered on fuel and they just learn more about human behavior every time because they know what we like to eat and they know where we eat and they want to know what we look like.
That's some
Now
I Am
getting-
Legend shit.
Bro, don't get me started on it, okay? I watched that the other day, and I had to leave my house at the part where, the dog gets nipped, and spoiler alert, it's been out for like 13 years,
Yes.
but he's got to choke his dog out
Yeah.
because not because of Will Smith name dropped, but mostly because the dog gets bitten by zombie dogs protecting his owner, and then he becomes a zombie dog. And then if Will Smith doesn't choke him out, then he's probably going to get his face eaten. So opportunity cost will tell you probably going to have to put him in the sleeper hold and seize him on up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do the same thing.
I know. I feel like when it comes to, if we ever have a zombie apocalypse, I want Sweeney there, like firsthand as a.
They say that you got to have people in your foxhole in life. And the foxhole is a term that comes from, I think, like World War II. Don't quote me on that. Not a historian either. But when you're in a foxhole, it's usually so small that you can only fit like 2 people in there. So the best idea to have is to say, all right, we'll both just like when we need to sleep, we'll just lean on each other. So like if Tom and I are about facing, so if he's looking out that way and I'm looking out that way, then I am going to put my back and the back of my head against Tom's back and the back of his head, and we're going to sleep sitting up with each other. Like,
okay, I can visually see that.
facing
Yeah,
away
yeah,
from each
that makes
other.
sense.
Like, I don't get why when people do sleepovers. Here goes a tangent right now, but like when one person doesn't bring a pillow over, and they're like, oh, can like I share the pillow with you, and they want to go like side by side. I was like, well, why don't I just flip the pillow 90 degrees, okay? So, like, instead of having it go the long way, or instead of having it go long horizontally,
vertically.
you have it go long vertically, and then we sleep, like, top of head to top of head. Isn't that, like...
Oh, that's way more...
Yeah, that's, like, way better for personal space, no?
Yeah.
I'm just a guy who appreciates comfort and simplicity. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a complicated process for me to feel comfortable when I would like to recharge and refuel and reload for my day. All right, sue me if that's a crime. But
No, yeah, I definitely agree. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize about the pillow thing. Yeah, like I didn't know.
yeah, it's weird stuff that I think about.
Yeah.
And
It's interesting.
I don't know why I think about that stuff, but like when nature calls, I guess. I like camping and stuff. So like if you're in a situation where like, yeah, I don't want to bring like a lot of stuff with me because I don't want to be weighed down by it. Yeah, I can kind of understand why comfort becomes pretty simple there.
Yeah, I'm not a big camper guy. Maybe that's why, because I don't know. I just like I like nature, right? I like hiking and like all that type of stuff. It's just
Dude,
like,
honestly, like the first thing you got to do is just try it for the first time. Like it's gonna sound silly, but like the first time that I go camping, like each season, I'll just like set up a tent in my backyard.
yeah.
And just like I'll sleep out there, and like I'll try to spend like more time outside. Obviously, I don't want to do it right now. It's like January like 14th or 11th.
Yeah.
It's not very warm outside right now, but like you start like a fire at like 7:00, like right before the sun goes down, and you just like hang out and just do your thing.
Yeah.
If you like, I don't know, like there's something that's it's probably because like it's a primal like evolutionary instinct to like gather things to make fire. But like there's something about like starting a fire, like a controlled fire, obviously, no barn burners or nothing like that. But like having just something as a source of light and as a source of warmth that just kind of like makes it feel good because like you did a little bit of work to get a lot of gain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like it's something that tickles my primal itch every now and then. And if I got to do that, then like so be it. But I like being able to like acclimate myself to where I'm at camping and stuff like that because I don't have like a lot of friends that like to go camping a lot, and we usually will have like conflicting schedules. I coach football and stuff like that, so in the summer I'm usually busy, and then like they're working like obviously they're 9 to 5s and stuff like that. So I'll just like solo camp stuff like that, but I don't go too far.
I feel like Bear Grylls, right?
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Yeah. So like I feel like if we were in that situation, like a Bear Grylls type of thing, I think you would survive. Yeah.
Definitely depending on the situation.
To an extent. Right?
Yeah. Right. Like it can't be like honestly, like it can't be like a super dangerous situation. Like I know who I am. Like I'm not like someone who's like an expert survivalist. Like I don't have like.
But you can get you like the gist of it. Like the basics.
I could understand like, all right, like definitely don't do that, and definitely like probably want to do that. But like when you're just talking about like being level headed and like surviving, I guess like I'm not really high maintenance like that. So
okay,
if it's coming down to like just kind of like survive in advance, I kind of like that, but not like in a like there's something I think that's romantic about like the idea of it is romantic about people saying like moving away like to a very remote place or like on a freaking farm or like going to Alaska and like
literally
like living it out there like
bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're just about your space and like you're comfortable like being self-motivated or like being around like by yourself for like, I'm not saying for forever or nothing like that, but like if you just like do it for like a couple of months or like a year or something like that on and off, it's like, yeah, I think that's like a part of life where like, yeah, like all you get in life is a name, which you have no control over, and time, and like how much time, and like you have a lifetime's worth of time. Like it's varying, but like you'll get your time.
Yeah,
is basically what they're saying. So like you want to do stuff that's fun and like cool, but you want to do stuff that's like challenging and stimulating too. And I just think that like I love watching those like shows about like life below zero and like Survivor Man. I think
great
like
shows.
I think the Man vs. Wild, my favorite ones actually are the Running Wild ones. Have you seen those?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
He brings celebrities on. He went Running Wild with Marshawn Lynch.
What?
Bro, is incredible. Like having that combination of people, and just the attitude of Marshawn Lynch and the know-how and the sensibility of Bear Grylls in the wild was wild, bro. And with Marshawn Lynch doing his own commentary and stuff.
No way.
Yeah, it was like they do like little side interviews and stuff. Like Bear Grylls be like, yeah, I tell you what, Marshawn has been very impressive with his will. I tell you what, there was a big, heavy bull on the side of that cliff, and he was bleeding out. But I tell you, that big fella willed it back up. And, like, it was just like, yeah. And then Marshawn just saying, like, yeah, Bear's like a crazy motherfucker. And, like, that whole thing. You got to love that. When you have two people that are not from anything that just like you would associate with, just like coming cross paths, and they're okay with just being like themselves and like just being comfortable, that's like one of the coolest things in the world. Like we were talking like before the show, like Tom and I, like the reason why I could be a guest for this show could be so many varying reasons, only because like we go to the same gym. We've been working out like with each other for like on and off for a couple of years now. Like we've been in the same gym like a lot, and like we always like see each other, talk to each other for a little bit like when we are in the gym. But like if I was just me and Tom was just him, and we didn't go to high school together, middle school, or like we didn't play video games together when we were younger or nothing like that, then like I would probably be more inclined to just like be like, yo, Tom, like what's up? Like my name's Sweeney. Like, I just like was wondering if you like throw me a spot or something like that.
Yeah. So just something casual like that.
It's someone who you could identify with mostly by the shape of their eyes, for me and for you at least. But like when you can kind of just like be like, yo, we're a little bit of the same. Maybe you could throw me a spot and then we'll figure it out. Next thing you know, we're podcasting together. But luckily, we have the luxury of being able to be growing up in like a pretty similar town.
Yeah, similar town, and I kind of want to segue off of that because like that's more and more about like the main like focus of like today's episode is like growing up in a white dominant town, right? And there's only a few like Asians. Obviously I can name some like more others that we
probably
grew,
a handful. Be honest with
like
you,
a handful.
Maybe 2 hands, but I got big hands.
Yeah,
so it probably
bigger than mine.
Yeah, a little more than just a little more than just a little bit of Asians here.
Yeah,
but that's all right.
But compared to like where, let's see, here's a good example for people that live in like Orange County, right? Like California.
Yeah, I went to Western New England University in Springfield. Springfield is a very culturally diverse area.
Yeah.
It's not really known to be like a very high like income area, but it's got rich culture. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Like there's not a whole lot of spots where you're going to be able to get affordable food that's actually authentic from 3 different parts of the world in like a
Wow.
half a mile radius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you go to Cheng's Kitchen or Blue Water or the Cuban Cafe down there with the Cuban sandwiches.
That's so diverse. That's
and like they're all affordable. Like you can hit all three of those in a weekend if you want.
Yeah,
you know, and then like you can get quality sushi there. Then you can get like your all you can eats and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate about like different types of cultures and like their foods. Like it's just amazing. Like,
we were talking a little bit earlier. Like I'm passionate about cooking. I love cooking. I watch the cooking shows. Like shout out Guy Fieri, shout out Gordon Ramsay, shout out Bobby Flay, shout out everybody, shout out Anthony Bourdain. You know, pour a little bit out for him.
Yeah.
But watching those shows, like you feel like a partial connection to people because like you know how like they feel about food. My dad always says like some people eat to live, but some people live to eat. I'm definitely in the latter. Like I live to eat. Like I love trying new stuff. There's nothing that's like too weird for me to try. At least I haven't come across something like that yet. But when it comes down to it, like if I see people eating it, yeah, I'll definitely try it.
Oh, so what's the most? I'm gonna use this word. What's the most exotic thing you've eaten in your life, like so far?
I had a chance to try guinea pig when I was in Peru.
That sounds intense.
I declined.
Oh, okay.
Only because I honestly thought I'd just get judged pretty hard by the people I was traveling with. But if I had to say I regret that, then yeah, I definitely did. But if I went back or had like the opportunity to try it, I 100% would. But
so what's the difference between like a guinea pig and then like like in how you
eat a hamster?
No, I mean like pig. Yeah, pig is pork, right?
Yeah, but a guinea pig's like a guinea pig's rodent.
Oh,
guinea pigs are like the hamsters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it definitely don't look like pork, dog. I've seen it be served to somebody. I've seen somebody like eat it before.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like a different part of the table. Like it was a very long like banquet style like dinner or something like that. And you could get like ceviche, like which is a fish dish, or you could get like the guinea pig, or you get a vegetarian option. And I really wanted the guinea pig, to be honest with you, but I went with the ceviche. I love fish too.
Me too. I'm a big fish guy.
And it's a soup that is like the mainstay of it is fish. And there was just something about like the look on people's faces when they were eating it that they were really enjoying it, because it's not something they eat like super often. Like I'm not so sure if you can like really go to the market and get like a bunch of guinea pigs like for the right price. But in Peru, you will definitely find your spots where you do, because there's so many of them and they've been eating them for so long. But that's a pretty exotic choice that I've had. And then other than that, like probably the extent of it is like dim sum, like stuff that my grandmother made when I was a kid. Really did not like frog's legs.
You didn't like those?
No,
I like those.
I don't really like. I don't like the bubbliness to them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they were prepared a different way, like if you tried like frying them real hard, but not in like not like in the deep fryer like that, but like just kind of like pan frying them, and then trying to like mash it up, and then put it like on like as a topping or something, because I like the flavor of it. I like the taste of it. I'm just not really big on the texture of it.
I think when it comes to like certain foods, like people have like a thing with textures, right? Like they like, oh, I don't eat
texture's
this food.
A big part of taste.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So
that's very true.
like I think they say that like smell is like 30% of taste, maybe more or something like that. But what's the first thing you do when you're like trying something that you're having for the first time? You smell it. Usually, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do before, like, you check milk, like, to see if it's, like, good or bad? You smell it.
Smell it. That's actually true.
So,
okay, yeah.
I mean, I think it's, like, a bit instinctive for people to kind of say, like, if this smells decent, then, yeah, I'll at least give it a stab. But if it doesn't smell right, I'm not eating it.
I'm not eating it.
Like, I know what bad meat smells like.
Wait, but then you can make that argument with durian fruit, though.
Say that again?
Durian? That fruit, the one that smells
really,
yeah, the one that smells really bad, but like when you eat it, it's fine.
Yeah,
but like people just can't get past that smell.
I think it's like people that I guess like know better, like what people know about that fruit, you know. But like if I wasn't eating that fruit,
That's true. Yeah.
if I didn't know about that fruit, there's nothing about the smell that says, yeah, you should eat that just because like it smells nice to you. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Onions like make the world go around. Onions give me flavor to my life.
Yeah.
And without onions, I'm nothing. But they stink. They stink, bro. And they make you cry. There's actually a trick. You want to know an industry trick?
Oh, yes. I want to learn. Yeah.
All right.
Learn some things about onions.
All van all day. A little tip of the day. When you're cutting an onion, if you leave, you know how there's buds on the end of them?
Yep.
If you leave that intact, so like if you don't slice all the way through it, you kind of score it. That way you can go bud here, cut it here, but not detach it. Cut this one too, but don't detach it. And then you lean the onion up on its side like that, and then you score it and cut it down that way.
Yeah.
It'll make you cry.
Wow.
Yeah. It's because like the gases from the onion that make you cry are in the buds.
That makes sense. Wow.
So if you break the bud,
that's how you cry.
The gas comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna try to do what I can here. I can't
Yeah.
bring too much to the table, but I'll bring a little industry tip. I'm not in the industry quite yet, but I'm learning. I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So like for the people out there that
let's eat. Everybody, like if your life is dull, throw some onions, saute that a little bit, salt, pep, a little cayenne if you're like living with some danger every now and then. But caramelize them, throw some sugar on there, whatever. You want to throw them in a French onion soup, a little bit of Gruyere cheese, and a nice little baguette. Woo! Yeah, I'll eat, bro. I'll eat.
Whoa, we should have like a cooking like type of thing. I'll be sick.
Have you ever seen Bert Kreischer's shout out Bert the Machine? Have you ever seen his cooking show on All Things Comedy YouTube channel?
Oh no, I should check it out.
Something's Burning.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite episode is probably the one with Chris D'Elia and Bobby Lee, and they make homemade pasta or something like that, and like a buffalo chicken like meatball or something like that. And another great one is Sal Vulcano from the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
The big fella.
Yeah, the big guy.
He's hilarious, dude. He is next level funny. And like he's like this super like at least what Bert and his other guest, Chris DiStefano, who is hilarious. Just like two very Italian boys from New York, and they're just like New York style comics. And they couldn't be more different because like Chris DiStefano is like he's like the husband in the relationship, and Sal's like the wife. Like Sal likes to take care of people. Like he'll send him like shoes and like sweatpants and stuff like that, just out of the kindness of his heart. And Chris DiStefano is just like the one who tries to like make him feel loved, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know. That's a weird way to make the friendship like to life. But I think that if they knew my intent on that, it would probably be out of love because they seem like they are really good friends. That's dope.
That's so dope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
being able to be a grown-ass man and just buy another dude sweatpants because you want him to know how comfortable it is for you. Well, let's go, bro.
That's some next level friendship.
Yeah, bro. Like if I had enough money to be like super comfortable, I'd be buying people like little things all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not going out and like dolloping you with an iPad for
No,
Christmas.
it's not like that,
though.
but it's like small things here and there.
Like let's go out and like get dinner. Like I'm gonna bring you to this spot, and I'm bringing you out to this spot because it's mine.
Yeah.
Let's eat. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing too. I feel like when I'm introducing like people to like, oh hey, do you want to like go eat here or eat that? Like I'll pay like because I want to bring you for that experience of like trying it.
You just be like, no, like you don't pay for that. You pay for the next one where you take me somewhere that you like going.
Yeah.
And like that's how you're gonna develop something that's like it's not even just the part about like spending your time, but it's spending time with people that you care about. You know, like. You have a similarity with people because you've seen them at Starbucks and you order the same freaking coffee, a venti, whatever. But I don't drink coffee. I'm not about that. I like sitting down and eating.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, post lunch, post breakfast, anything else. Hell, I'm a big dessert guy. Ooh. I don't love chocolate. I don't love like chocolate cake and stuff like that. I don't like stuff that's too rich. But yo, you give me a couple cannolis, a good old brownie, little chocolate chips in there, never hurt. But I like simple stuff. When you ask me if I want birthday party ice cream or whatever it is, no. Give me a naked canvas. Give me French vanilla. Don't give me vanilla bean. I don't know why anybody wants to eat that shit. But French vanilla, throw a little bit of rainbow sprinkles on there, whatever you prefer. A little bit of hot fudge, whipped cream. Don't put the maraschino cherries on there. I know you're eating a bunch of sugar already, but that stuff's is gonna make you explode. And what else? You like caramel?
Yeah.
Twix?
Yep.
I'm a big Twix guy. Kit Kats. Mash those suckers up.
Damn, dude, this is so good. Like, this is.
I'm just telling you how to eat comfortably.
Yeah,
you know, like
so
it's not bad to 80-20 is like kind of a good metric to say like how you're gonna eat if you don't have a specific like incentive or reason or a motive to like arrive at a certain like shape. Like when I'm just trying to be comfortable and I'm just trying to live and be happy, like usually, but like I'll go in phases like where I want to turn it up and stuff like that, like physically. If you allow yourself to like eat 80% of the time like how you ought to eat in regards of getting the right amount of dietary fiber and like limiting your carb intake, eating healthy fats, and like having enough protein to sustain like your growth, if that's what you're trying to do, if that's your prerogative in the gym or whatever, then you can kind of allow yourself to not have, you can't really allow yourself to have too much wiggle room when it comes to stuff like that. So when I am going on that 80% like real clean and real like discipline kind of deal with my diet, I'll do 80% clean, and the 20% I just get to do whatever the f- I want, dog. I'll get a large fry from McDonald's. I don't feel bad about
It
it.
should be that balance, because I think with if you are like on that type of goals like mindset is, it shouldn't be, you shouldn't like kill yourself over like, okay, I need to eat like prep every single meal, or
Yep.
like, I can't have a cheat day.
And you know what? Like there's some times where like, yeah, I think that's good, but like everything ought to be in moderation. Like you can't be feeling guilty about your progress if you just have like, I don't know, if you go out and have a couple of beers or something like that. Or like if you go out and like you want to order pasta with clams.
It's fine.
You know,
just
eat it, bro.
Yeah,
just eat it.
Don't worry about
And
it.
you know what? If you're feeling real guilty about it, then go hit the gym the next day and run a few more miles.
Yeah,
like
burn some more calories. Yeah.
But like don't compromise like your happiness because like you're not completely satisfied with your body image. Like you're not gonna arrive at the perfect body shape or form or your ideal even form until you do a lot of work for it. So like it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
So
Rome wasn't built, you know.
And it didn't fall in a day either.
Yeah.
Okay? Like I actually went on a pretty large weight loss trip. I used to be 265 when I was playing college football, and I ended up losing 101 pounds. I got all the way down to like 160 something.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I wasn't healthy really at 160 something, but now I'm back up to like around like 190ish.
Yeah.
It was after like I really blew out my knee, so like I had been in a wheelchair, so I was just eating.
Yeah.
And then it was just like after a couple of days of realizing like I wasn't gonna play football anymore, and I didn't have like a duty to be big because I wasn't like protecting people and stuff like that. I just kind of flipped the script on going from like 4,500 calories a day to 1,500 a day.
Yeah.
And instead of like lifting for big weight and like little reps and high sets, I'm just going and I'm like trying to do like as much like HIIT training as I can, like try to keep my heart rate jacked, try to just do burnout kind of exercises.
Yeah.
Excuse me, just trying to do stuff that is going to make you freaking sweat, and like it's going to make your heart start thumping. And like you got to be patient. Like a lot of times I think people attribute to how hard they go into the gym about like how they look and stuff, but that's really not it. It's like it has a lot to do with your lifestyle. And if you're going to whole ass the gym, then don't like half ass like the
No,
kitchen,
you go 100%.
you know.
Yeah.
And well, like also, but like to be said about that, like there's a fine balance between the two. I would say that the balance is skewed even more like towards the nutrition factor. You know, I think like healthy fit bodies are really built in the kitchen more than they're built in the gym. You know, like
Yeah.
you are what you eat. you're not gonna put. If you want your body to look like a Toyota Corolla, so be it. But everybody can get one of them. If you want a Ferrari, then don't put 87 octane in there. Put some good fuel in there.
Good fuel in there.
And rev that engine, because like if you don't, then you just have a Ferrari that's not really gonna make it very long. You just give it shitty fuel.
Yeah, that's for sure. And on that note, we're gonna take a quick short break, and we'll be right back.
Yup.
And we are back.
We are back.
So, I gave Evan a little positive, not positive. I'm gonna say constructive criticism on. We didn't answer a single question in that first half.
Not even close. Sometimes I told Tom, I'm not trying to right myself in this wrong, but sometimes I get a little excited. Okay,
just a little.
When
bit.
I get nervous, sometimes it's because I'm nervous because I care.
Yeah,
and I care because I want to do well.
Good energy.
You understand?
Good energy, though.
But once I get rolling, I'm not going to stop. I'm like a freaking snowball, baby. All right? So I'm going to try to keep it black and white, a little bit of gray here and there.
We're going to reel it in.
I'm going to reel it in.
Reel it
okay?
in.
I'm comfortable now, taking a couple deep breaths and a Ukatasana or two. And this is all Van all day.
Yeah.
Let's ride.
Let's do it. So I think we want to tackle. Okay, we grew up in again this like white dominant town,
North Attleboro
gang, and I just want from your perspective, how it was growing up in elementary school, right? Like when you're, I think I was like the only like Asian like growing up in my elementary school.
Other than my brother, I was too.
Yeah,
my brother's 2 years older than me.
Yeah. So how is that dynamic? Like you see other people like, oh, how come like their skin color is like this way, but like I'm the only one that's different. And, like as a 6-7 year old.
To be honest with you, and not even like to cut you short on your question, my fault.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never thought really much of it, only because it didn't really seem like it was so blatantly obvious to me, at least. I'm not 100% Asian. I'm Chinese. I'm Lebanese. I'm Irish, and I'm Portuguese too. So I don't have like a very Asian sounding name, and I think because of that, like I just kind of identify with people that are just like kind of like me too, because like I'm not first generation. Like I'm second generation. My mom's parents both came here when they were like 15 and 17, and then my mom obviously grew up here. She grew up in Attleboro. My dad's from South Attleboro. He's Irish and Lebanese. But no, I mean, like we just had a pretty normal household, honestly, because my cousins were white on my dad's side. Like we were white and Lebanese, and like just seemed like
so it seemed normal to you.
Yeah, so it didn't really seem like really something that was like noticeably different from me personally.
Yeah. Okay, and then from my perspective, I don't think I talked about it like on other episodes, because again, more relates with you, but I'm first generation because my parents were both immigrants from Vietnam.
Yep. How old were they when they came here, you think?
I think my dad, he came over like during the Vietnam War. So
that's like the 70s.
Yeah, the 70s. So I think he was either 12 or 13, and then my mom came over like much later.
Okay.
But like again, I was born here, but again, being first generation, like just growing up.
There's a lot of adjusting.
Yeah, a lot of adjusting. Like it's crazy to think that like my dad had to learn English from like scratch, and then go to high school here.
Yeah.
And then like when my mom came over, had to learn English that way, and it's just like that's.
Yeah, you gotta give it up to not even specifically Asian people, but immigrants in general.
Just in general, yeah.
I think those that are oppressed and want to leave places for reasons that are important to them and extends beyond them is like they want to have a better life for their family at some point.
Yeah, it's out of control. Like they couldn't control them leaving the country because there's a war going on.
You can really only control what's in your wheelhouse. Like you can't control like what's going on with the war. You can only control how you're going to react to it. So my grandmother and my grandfather both came here during the war too, the Chinese Revolution.
Yeah.
And it was a complete adjustment for them too. Neither of them spoke a lick of English. My grandfather was the oldest of 6, and my grandmother's the second oldest of 8.
Wow.
And they were the only ones from their family that came to America, and it just came as a result of like connections, like knowing people, and like hard work. Like they got scholarships and visas and stuff like that, and just found a way to stay.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. And I do appreciate like how like much work and effort they did, right? And then they start a family, and that's what
and how they do it just like without complaining. You know, just like it just becomes a part of their life. And I don't know. There's something that breaks my heart about that, but there's something that makes me very proud to be like who I come from.
Yeah.
Like I'm very proud to be associated with those people.
Yeah, I'm proud to be an Asian American,
Hugely.
and I'm so humble that my parents like were able to do that and like raise a family that way, and that motivates me. I'm like, oh, I want to, you know.
Yeah, because you know what? Like it's also like I know that we talked about and touched upon how sometimes for you specifically growing up in a mostly suburban white town made you feel a little bit like different from everybody else from time to time. And yeah, like there was instances of that for me, but I mean I'm a lot like my dad. My dad's a white guy. So when like it comes down to that, I don't think people really recognize that for difference because my parents both grew up in America. You know what I mean? So I think that there's a lot of things that can kind of like make you lose that cultural touch a little bit.
Yep.
I think, and one part of it is that when you grow up as a first generation American, like you are growing up as an American as opposed to someone who grew up on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think there's that disconnect too, because I definitely want to have somebody on that is that's more even more embracing their culture than like you and I put together, right?
Yep.
Or someone like who's like, you know, again, I'm not even fluent in Vietnamese anymore, but like, you know, I wish, you know, to keep like learning.
Bro, I don't know a lick of Mandarin. I don't know a lick of Chinese or nothing like that.
And that's the thing, like, I don't want to lose that like side of the culture because I want to pass it down like to my kids, you know, if I ever have kids. But like, it'd be interesting to see someone else's viewpoint of someone who's already so embracing that culture. Again, like we said before, how in California there's a huge population of like Asians, right? So they're probably
I learned this too. Vancouver, Canada has like one of the largest population of Asian immigrants in the world.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if you have ever seen the Netflix show Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner with David Chang.
No, I should check that out.
Yeah, it's an awesome show. He's the owner and founder of Mama Fuku or something like that. It's a restaurant in Los Angeles. I'm pretty sure is where he opened his first one. But he's a Korean American. Food critic, national, Michelin star winning chef and something like that. And he had Seth Rogen as his guest.
That's so sick.
So they just did stuff that Seth Rogen usually does, and just like went to the aquarium and just like went to a bunch of restaurants and stuff. And he's like, "This is like Chinatown." And he's like, "No, it's actually Little Korea, like basically." And Seth Rogen was just like the only Jewish Korean American because he was the only white guy in all Korean community. He was the only white guy in his yearbook.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
That's incredible. Yeah,
I tell you what, like there's something about those cultures and stuff. Like even in Boston, right? Like Chinatown.
Oh, dude,
it's a different world.
It's a different world in there.
And
yeah,
I love going there, but I don't love being there all the time. I like being there for the stuff that I want to do, like dim sum. I love throwing down for dim sum. I love hot pot. Like shout out Shabu Zen. I love the steamed pork buns, the shao bao.
Yep.
Sticky rice wrapped in banana leaves.
Yeah.
I'll go on for the rest of the show, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. No, that's the thing too. I even going to college too. You know, well, never mind. Maybe we should just go like step by step. So like, where are we here? So middle school, right? Now we're in middle school. Okay. So in middle school, I think that's where I experienced like, you know, the first, quote unquote bullying. Yeah, I would say bullying for being like Asian, and like looking back at it, I'm like, I guess that's what bullying was.
That was this first little like start from me. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, like people always will like make their eyes like slanted and stuff like that, but
and then
that's not something that ever really got to me.
It was like that.
Well, my brother's got really big eyes.
Yeah.
So like I think that's probably a reason why I didn't feel so different either. Because like I everybody I look at has big eyes, and like mine are small, but it's like So, like, my eyes are small. I can still see. I don't see real good up and down, but I can see real good peripherally. That's totally not true.
Yeah, and then I think that's where I experienced, them throwing in, I'm about to, say some racial slurs here too, but
Yeah.
like, like chink and
Yeah.
like whatnot, and like all those like racial slurs, and then looking back at it again, I just didn't know what they were. Like,
Yeah,
like
I
we were
think
13, 14.
I don't even know if you really viewed it as bullying until like a couple of like conversations that you and I had ago, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
what I'm
was
saying.
like, and I personally, like, I wasn't very subject to being bullied for being Asian. I was more bullied for like being kind of like a chubby kid and stuff like that, and like having like stupid hair or whatever. But it was more of it was something that I learned to really, really have like a deep passion for, is being against bullying. Because I told you that we were in health class, like probably sophomore year. I'm not going to name names or nothing like that. I ain't no sellout. But there was this crazy phase called like nuggeting.
Yeah, it was like a challenge thing.
And
Yeah.
nuggeting was like the meanest thing that you could do in a harmless way. Like, you just like wait until your boy or anybody really goes to the bathroom or like the nurse's office, because like he has like terrible diarrhea, and he comes back and his backpack is completely flipped inside out. There's books that are literally on the inside of the backpack, but it's the outside.
Yeah.
So now you have to, like, with maybe like a minute left in the period, like, you always wait for the end of class to do it.
Yeah, because you want to.
And you want to make them late for the next class, and like you'll do that to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two guys always hit my boy Tommy Van, and I sat on the other side of the room and I didn't do nothing about it. And let me tell you what, brother, like, that made me feel like a bad guy for a couple of weeks. And I was like, the next time that they went to do it, I was like, yo, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
And like, I play football with one of those guys. I'm real close buddies with another one of those guys. I don't even know if they remember it.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, that was just kind of a day where I was like, no, I'm not really down with that. Like, they're not doing this shit to anybody who's not Tommy Van. Like, they could do this shit to me, but they don't do this shit to me. Like, I guess you could argue that like I'm a little bit physically like imposing compared to most other people.
Yeah, I would say that, in high school, again, I didn't even, for people that are curious, it's like, oh, I was just like your typical average, like, just Asian looking guy in high school. I didn't really start.
Quiet, like never really outspoken.
No, I just kept to myself.
Like, was never like put his nose in nobody else's business.
No, drama free.
Really just cared about being a good guy, being a good student, and like
just being friends.
you know Tommy Van is the guy who always has gum on him.
Yep.
Like Tommy Van, like you always like the guy that's got gum on him, right? But like it got to a point where Tom was like dishing out probably like 2 packs of Strike gum a lunch period.
It was a lot of gum.
Yo, this has gotta end. This has gotta end. Dog.
Yeah, it was too much.
And there's just like certain people that like you'll reconnect with in life. Like, we're not old, but like maybe you got younger listeners or whatever. Maybe guys that are in high school. I know that your brother's in college and you got another brother in high school.
In high school, yeah.
So like, I'm sure like they look up to you in more ways than you imagine, and you look up to them in more ways than they'll ever know. But the thing is like the people that you really want to care and like be around, like you can absolutely make time for them. Like, say that like, yo, let's record a podcast. Yo, like we were talking about like when I like go to bring you out for a bite to eat when we go to North End Deli.
Yeah.
Like, I'm paying, and then when the other guy makes a big fuss about like why like did you pay for me, like I can pay for myself. It's just like, yo, you just pay for the next one when you take me out to wherever you want to go, and then that's your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's no different than like just going to Starbucks and like reading a book or like doing your thing on a laptop and nothing like that. Put a little bit of time in your day for it. Throw an hour. An hour is like 4% of your day, right?
Yeah, it's not.
That's nothing.
It's nothing compared
that's chump
to like,
change, cuz. If you're gonna sleep for 8, and you're not one of them people that can just like, I cannot live if I don't have 7 hours of sleep at least.
I need my beauty sleep.
Yeah,
right
I need
now.
8 hours. I need 8 hours. No, you really don't. Like, yeah, you can be tired some days. Like, that's acceptable. Like, that's normal. Everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
You don't expect to like be 100% like ever. You shouldn't be, right?
That makes you a god. Like, you're a little god
like
at that point.
If you and I and everybody else that goes to the gym only went to the gym when they felt 100%, we'd all be doomed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I might feel 100% one day out of the year, maybe one. If that's the only day I'm gonna go hard, then it's gonna be a long 364 days outside of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you like so long as you're not in a place where you're gonna compromise yourself. But yeah, I'm getting off track again.
no, it's all good. Yeah, we were just kind of
little tangent. That'll happen. Like I said, a very excitable cat when I speak.
So let's see. How do we wrap that back around? Because I don't know how we even got to that point.
So we were talking about
it was a middle school thing, but then like somehow it kind of delved into you bringing up eating. Whoa, I don't even know how we even got to that point. Okay, but let's just go back to
yeah.
So let's see. After middle school, high school, and then we talked about the nuggeting.
Yeah.
And then college. I went to it so Stonehill was more again Catholic college, more white, because I felt comfortable in that sense. And I think maybe I talked about it before,
pretty
but
small school, right?
Yeah, but like the thing is, like I didn't want to go to a school in the city, like for example, maybe like a Northeastern or like
I'm
a
not
BU
a city
thing,
guy
right?
either.
Yeah, but the thing is too is also like there's just a huge more population of Asians too in the city at those schools.
Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable in that, but looking back at it, like again, I don't regret going to Stonehill and all that stuff too, but maybe should I have embraced more being in an Asian bubble with like those people? Possibly, maybe to learn more about it. But again, I stuck to what I knew, which was comfortable being in this setting.
Do you ever feel like when you're around people that are like from China, like that are like our age or like Korea or Vietnam or wherever, like international students, do they ever make you feel like
that's
you're
different.
less of yourself?
Yeah. Okay, that's different.
You see like some international students like driving Ferraris around like BU. My brother went to BU.
Yeah.
And like you see like Ferraris,
dude, he probably saw
and Lamborghinis and stuff like that.
He probably
and
saw
they're all just international students. They got a ton of friggin' tickets all over their cars, and they just don't care.
We got the Gucci, whatever. We got the Yeezys. We got the again, I'm not generalizing all international students, but like most of you guys,
international students, like a big advantage to like a big part of international students is that they can afford to be an international student in an American university. That's not very easy to come by. No. So like if they have the money to do that, then they're gonna have the money to be able to spend on things too. So
and I'm not judging you for spending on that, but like you just have a fuck ton of money.
If you got money, like spend it, player.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Like if you like buying material things, I would like buying material things if I had money to spend on material things. I'm not at a point in my life right now where I'm like super comfortable financially, but like I'm working on trying to do stuff that I like doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And for me, that's not, I don't need to buy Yeezy shoes. I don't need to buy high-end designer clothes. I have no need for that.
No. Yeah. I think, maybe I'll catch a little flack for this, but I think like handsome's an attitude, right? Like so long as you try your best, like you can't if you got a fucked up nose or like you got like a lazy eye or whatever, like like you can't control that.
No.
So like just like get up 10 minutes early, get in the shower, like try something with your friggin' hair, like present yourself well. Like you don't have to look like a Gucci model.
No.
Just wear stuff that makes you feel and
comfortable.
Look good.
Yeah.
That's it. Just be that and like be comfortable in your own skin. I know that's a lot easier said than done sometimes, but like, if you're trying to like figure out like how to do it, just try to be you.
That's it. That's all everyone asks for. Like you don't have to go out of your way to please. You can't please everybody. There you go. There's a moral. You can't.
And like that's the thing. Like I think that's why you'll see like a lot of international students be linked into a group of like all these guys have really nice clothes or really nice jewelry or really nice cars and stuff like that. But it's like
they get sucked
they can
into
identify
that.
with each other because they're not from America. You know what I mean? So like whenever I'm around the international students, sometimes that are like similar to me, they're Asian. Then I'm kind of like I'm not even real. I'm not even a real like Asian, bro. What the hell, man?
I can't relate.
Like I can't even speak the language. I don't speak a lick of nothing besides English and a little bit and a pretty decent amount of Spanish.
Yep.
But outside of that, I got no like. I'm in touch with my culture and stuff like that, but I'm not verbally connected to it at all, which makes me like. I wish I learned more about it, but I think I'm kind of set on trying to figure out the whole Spanish deal like real tight up, real tight knit like that. Before I try to conquer anything else.
Because again, I think what people don't realize too, like you can learn a language at any age. Like I've seen people way older than me learn my language.
Yeah, and you know what? Like it all just comes down to like how much time you want to put in.
How bad do you want it?
And like how well do you study?
Yep.
You know, like people will tell you about how long they study for as opposed to like how well they studied. Yeah. You know, and like how much time. Like There's been days where like you and I would go to the library at Stonehill. I went to Western New England,
Yeah.
Springfield, like I mentioned earlier, and it's days where like you're in the library for 4 hours because it's finals week, but like you spend 20 minutes like on your phone, and you spend 5 minutes like going to the bathroom, and then you spend another 5 minutes talking to somebody that you know
there,
in the library, and then you spend another like 20 minutes printing stuff out. Well, now like that's not really even 4 hours. That's like 3 now.
3 hours,
right?
Yeah. So it's really how like much you dedicate.
Yeah,
like, that
if you
time.
want to like, don't half-ass 2 things, dog. Like whole ass 1.
Yep.
Go all in and just like say, all right, I'm gonna learn this thing. I'm gonna read this thing, and then until I'm done, I'm not doing nothing else.
That's true. And this is not an ad read or anything like that, but I've been using Duolingo.
Yep, me too, bro.
Oh,
Man.
Hey, Duolingo, if you want to sponsor this podcast,
Could be fun, could be a disaster, but there's only one way to find out, right?
Hey, you're right. Yeah. So Duolingo is it's a website where you can it's like a teaching course, right? Like so
it's
a
like
course.
like kind of like Rosetta Stone,
Yep.
a little bit more simple. It's
Way more simplified.
like iOS based and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. And like they keep it light, like they keep it like with games and stuff like that. They have words of the day and challenges and
Just
like
little
milestone
quizzes.
goals
Little quizzes
and
type
whatnot.
of things.
Rosetta Stone's a little bit more like a little bit sexier, I guess. Like they try to beefing it up in certain ways.
But Duolingo.
Duolingo's real cut and dry.
Yeah.
I think it's like objectively a very good way to learn if you're someone who can kind of like get a good grasp for concepts, right? So like instead of being able to solve one equation all the time, like you can solve for X really easily. Like if you can grasp the concept of how you're going to break it down and understand that like some of those languages, like there's a lot of similar words to what we use. Right.
Yeah, very true.
So
And
whenever you have like an instance like that, I think like those are just easier, and like they feel good when you learn like just more words than someone else.
And I think the repetition is key, because if you do it like every day, it even tells you like, oh, how consistent do you want to be, like for 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like if you just pick one of those, it'll just go at that pace.
Yeah, and like doing something for 5 minutes is better than doing something for no minutes.
So true. And it's free. This is free. You don't have to pay for like the plus version if you really want to, but even the plus version is like pretty cheap.
And this ad is also free, Duolingo. So again, all Van all day. Shout out Tommy Van, the guy, your host.
Just hit me up in my emails and we'll get something going.
We'll figure it out.
But Duolingo is great. And I don't know, it's just like hopefully I can just, become more fluent again eventually in it, and then just like go from there. But okay, so where we hit high school, we didn't hit college, but like I was going to say, we touched upon it a little bit, but in college, like that's when I really started like embracing like, my culture, and be like, okay, now I'm proud to be an Asian American. And
like
then
you made it cool in your own way to be Asian.
Yeah,
like that. I looked to my brother like that a lot. Like my brother made it kind of cool to be Asian because like he wasn't like all Asian people are good at math, like that stereotype. Like my brother's really good at math, but my brother's really good at English and history. Like he's a very good student. He's very good at learning. And like when people would like tease me like, oh, I bet you're really good at math, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good, but I'm not my brother, bro. Like I'm okay at math. I can do algebra and geometry. Don't bring me around calculus too much if you want to get a good grade, but like I'm gonna try.
Yeah. And the thing is like people don't realize like, hey, if I fit that stereotype of being good at math,
what's wrong with that?
I would have taken advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I suck at math. So like I was like, damn, I don't fit that stereotype. I wish I did. But
you're good at media stuff and technology.
Yeah,
so
I'll take that.
Typical you.
Yeah.
I'll
leave the numbers to somebody else, but
yeah, I'll be your numbers guy, Doug. Then we can be like a whole Asian person.
Yeah.
If I'm good at math and you're good at tech, what else do you need?
What else do you need? Yeah, you don't need anything else. But
sticky rice. I make a pretty decent sticky rice. There you have it.
Ooh, there we go.
That's right.
I'll take that. But no, yeah, I can't, like I don't fit like a lot of the stereotypes. And then like during my college years, I didn't experience like a lot of racism. And the thing is like if somebody, like I knew if someone was joking or not, but if someone was being serious about it, then I'll bring it up. I'd be like, hey, can't say that.
Hey, you know what? Like I'm not gonna throw hands with you, but I'm not gonna let you just like talk to me
it's
like
it's
that.
like what's it called? Microaggressions.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, like sometimes I think sometimes microaggressions can be perceived in the wrong way, and I want to talk about like people that don't realize or even intend that they're being racist. But like if I'm watching a movie like with my friends or something like that, and there's an Asian guy on the screen that gets shot and killed, and they all look at me. I'm just like, there's a movie going on. Like, that's not me. And then they're just like, oh. And I'm just like, what? I don't look at any of yo when somebody else gets shot that looks like you. I mean, like, people say that all Asian people look alike. I don't think we look that much alike, but I'm not a doctor,
Yeah. No, I think that's a good example. I feel like a microaggression type of thing because like they're subconsciously.
And like, why does everybody think it's okay to say chink food? That's rude as hell.
Yeah.
I don't even start thinking about saying gook food because that's rude
no,
shit,
yeah, that's
bro.
like that's too
rude
far.
as shit.
Yeah.
Don't even touch on that. But if you're gonna be like going at us with stuff like that, at least throw a little bit of creativity with it.
Yeah, some of it's the same. Like I feel like I hear the same lines.
Hey, pan face. That's nothing, dude.
Hey, 4 eyes.
I scratch my nuts in the morning with pan faced adjective. Okay, that's nothing. But if you want to get something, then like get a really, really, really good accent.
Yeah.
I feel so bad about this. That's good.
No, if you can do a really good impression,
if you can make me laugh, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But like, if you're gonna be malicious towards me, come on, dude.
Come
like,
on,
I don't come fronting on your people, right?
Yep.
Hell no.
No.
I could front on you for being a Viet or whatever.
Yeah.
But you could front on me for being a Chinaman, a yellow belly Chinaman, bro. You call me a pan-faced chinky gook man. Chinky. If you want.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be happy about it, but what am I going to do? Fight you? No,
it's a waste of time.
But I would remember. And that would sting.
I'll be like,
I would wait for an apology patiently because me and Tommy Van go way back. But if he's going to come at me with some talk like that, I don't think so, cuzzo. No chance, dog.
Oh my god! But no, I totally agree with the whole. It's just very subtle when people do like microaggressions.
Yeah,
it's just like,
and you know what? Most of those people, honestly, are like well intended. Like their heart's usually in the right place.
Yeah. They don't mean it in that way. They just don't.
They
it's
just
how they
feel
grew
like,
up.
hey, just so you know, that just happened. I'm just like, yeah, I know, I get it, I saw it too. But usually those people, their heart's in the right place, and like I said, I'm watching a movie with my friends.
Yeah.
If I didn't want to watch a movie with them, then I wouldn't watch a movie with them. But they're my friends, so like that is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just I feel like after the whole college experience, even like now, even like today, again, just racism. Like I experience it here and there, but it takes a lot to just be under. I'm so thick-skinned.
Yeah. But you know what? Like you're thick-skinned now because you were subject to it earlier in your life. You know what I mean? Like you grew a callus over it, and you kept on. You kept on breaking that callus and keep on sealing it back up and so on and so forth. And this got kind of gross because I'm talking about calluses. But I think for me, in college, I actually was even more proud of like my Asian heritage. I think I kind of felt like a minority, obviously, but like. Specifically at a school like Western New England, I just like there wasn't a whole lot of like yellow Asian people. You know what I mean? Like we have a pretty decent Indian population, and we have people from all over is really the thing. But like at a small school like Western New England, and like being someone that looks a certain way, like you don't see a lot of Asian guys like that are my size. Usually I'm a pretty big guy, so like you're the big Asian guy, and like. Once people get to know you, that's really just like something that they just like they see it first, but you mean more to them than that. And like that kind of like was able to be like people will come up to me and say like Happy Chinese New Year, and like it would actually be when the Lunar New Year was, not like just like any day. You know what I mean? Like that would be rude as hell.
That'd be
but
just,
like when it was like actually like Chinese New Year, like they would do like the dining hall would do like a little like. I don't know, they probably hand out like fucking fortune cookies or something like that. And they would just like have like celebrations and like little decorations up like Happy Lunar New Year. And people would be like, oh, yo, Sween, like, I know it's Chinese New Year. Happy New Year. And I was like, yo, thanks, bro. Like,
they acknowledge
that's
it,
little stuff. And like, it makes you feel good. You know,
does,
like it makes you feel good that people like know what you are, know what you're about. And like, you take note of that. It makes your life more wholesome.
And you bring more awareness to it. And like, people just don't. Yeah.
I like being able to like when you're in college, you have like viewing parties, like Super Bowl parties or football parties or whatever, right? And we were doing something for a boxing match or a UFC match one time, and I brought over like spring rolls. And when we were in middle school and high school, Doug, Tommy Van's mama used to make, and still probably makes, the most killer egg rolls you would ever think, bro.
So good.
And there's something about the way that you can eat an egg roll, one, when it's piping hot, but also when it's cold. It doesn't matter.
No,
I can eat that thing as warm as Luke, and that's all I care about, is that you have like the. I'm not gonna mention what's in the secret family recipe or what's in my recipe either. But I tell you what, you got a nice little concoction of a little surprise of vegetables and meat inside.
Yep, all come together.
Wrapper.
Yeah, it's all come together.
It's a perfect marriage of flavor. God damn it.
It is, dude. You could pound like 10 of those. I remember you eating.
Whoa, yeah. I would usually have. I would usually get like fourths before anybody else gets seconds.
For seconds.
But that's a perk of being Asian, dog. Like he knows how passionate I am about those.
Yeah.
You know that if I bring a load of egg rolls to a school party, Tommy Van getting hooked up first.
Oh yeah.
As long as you look a little bit like me and I know how much you appreciate the egg rolls, it's on. Like if you can impress somebody, like cooking a version of their food, like their culture's food, like. If I were to cook like a great like spaghetti and chicken carbonara for an Italian person and like they really loved it and like it was one of the dishes that they grew up on, I'd be so proud of that.
Yeah, because you made something that's like, it's a reminder.
It's a testament to them.
To them,
you know, like it's a challenge that you kind of do, and it's like kind of an offering of saying like I'm trying to do something like with a little bit of effort and understanding and learning to appease to you. I think that's great. You know, like I not to get too off topic, but like. When it comes to like Latin food, like I have an absolute killer relationship with tacos. They kill me and I kill them. I kill them much harder. But if you throw a 12-pack my way, taco 12er, see you later, bro. It's gone and before you can even blink.
Dude, tacos are great.
I love them. I mean, I get taco shells for Christmas. Like I've gotten those since I was like a little kid, and I've gotten ketchup for a lot of years. Like I said, like food's a big part of my life, and like I don't want to run out of my condiments, especially ketchup.
They're very important.
Yeah, I mean, like without condiments, what are we? We're just meat or two pieces of bread with filling.
So how do you feel about the people that don't even like condiments? Like,
never met one because I don't remember people that I don't want to remember. But honestly, I can't say that I can enjoy eating with people that want a burger well done with
there's nothing.
With nothing on it.
There's absolutely nothing. It's just
like,
there.
Yeah, are you a dog? You could be a dog. Like you would be fine and easy to feed as a pet.
Yeah.
Live a little, you know? Eat something that had a face once for real.
Yeah.
And eat something that ate that thing ate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna eat a cow, put a little bit of lettuce on there, like what the cow eats.
Yeah.
You know? Have a little tomato. Throw a little bit of rainbow colors in that thing. You ever seen red onion, guys?
Yeah, even if it's just
ain't red, dog. That's purple, bro. Purple's a great color. It's got a nice little dark hue to her, especially. Woo! Whammy. But little tomato, lettuce, ketchup, onion.
Even if it's just one bite,
onion, bro.
Yeah, just try
and
it.
You know what? You got to try new shit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna get stale.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to eat nothing that's stale.
No,
bro.
dude. I have this one online friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's just never tried just Asian food. And I'm like, oh, dude, so like you just
Where's
never...
he from?
I think he's from Virginia, which makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You know what? Like,
so if you grew up in an area where like, okay...
There's no population
of
it.
Nothing.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I can understand that.
I understand that, but you should definitely go out of your way, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Go out of your way.
But you know what? Honestly, like I would want to be the consultant to where he goes.
That's true.
You know, like I don't there's a big difference, people, at least with Chinese restaurants, American Chinese restaurants, and actual Chinese authentic cuisine.
Yeah.
There's a very, very large difference there, my friend. You will not see General Gao's chicken or the golden chicken fingers or crab rangoon. I don't think think Chinese people even know what fucking cream cheese is. But somehow like we just made it to appease to American people a little bit more. And so be it. Like if there's money to be made, go make it, dog.
Yeah.
But for me, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to front on golden fingers or crab rangoons because I love those things.
They're good, but like, it's not me.
If you want, it's not us.
Yeah, if you want authentic
Give me some Singapore rice noodles. Give me some chow mein. Give me some beef and broccoli is like the simplest but most delicious thing you'll ever eat.
Yeah.
Hot and sour soup. You know, shao bao.
Yep.
I just love saying shao bao. And it's a little steamed pork bun. That's all you need.
Yep.
Go to the dumpling house. Dumpling house take you away forever.
Yeah.
It'll take me away.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If I die, bury me in dumpling. Bury me in dumplings and seal it up for me.
Oh my god! But yeah, I would probably be buried in
Egg rolls, dog.
Yeah, or like dude, bun sale is really good.
Yeah.
Again, like pho is always a staple.
Yo, I make a very, very good pho. I'm not Vietnamese, but I would try it. I have a huge amount of respect for pho. Yeah. I'm a big soup guy.
Yeah.
And there's something about that process that like hits me spiritually. There's something about the amount of tedious care that you do to the ingredients and like how you can take water and seasoning so far.
Yeah.
Water seasoning and a freaking chicken and make
and just
endlessness out of it.
Yeah.
Noodles are like a passion of mine. Like if I were on eHarmony and there's like a top 10 like passions, noodles are probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
7 or 8. It's not bad. That's definitely
it's up there.
He's contending for the Hall of Fame right there. But when it comes to noodles, I heard this like this guy who's a handmade noodle maker like in Japan or something like that, and he was saying how it is unbelievable to me how far rice flour and water can take you. Right, because like you literally just make noodles out of water and flour, and then he stretches them, and 4 becomes 8, and 8 becomes 16, and 16 becomes 32, and 32 becomes 64, and 64 is 128. He makes 128 noodles in 10 seconds, bro. That's a guy who's dedicated his life to really flipping dough
for a living. Yeah.
Yeah, like the places that water and flour, 2 things that can't bind anything together without each other, is endless. That was something that hit me spiritually. Because like I love noodles. I love the process of like how it takes to like make things that you care about and like how you have to honor those things. The best like restaurants, like they don't have nothing that's frozen, right? Like the best restaurants, like what would you freeze if you were at a restaurant? Meat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't freeze it. I'd just get new meat pretty much every day, right? And then I just refrigerate it, and then I cook it to order. Are you going to buy like frozen tortellinis? No, you should just make your own tortellini, right? You just have flour and water and just make tortellinis. I mean, there's certain exceptions. Like it's kind of hard to make your own cheese. It's kind of hard to, like you can get organic lettuce, so you can get fresh produce. You can get stuff from farms and stuff until you need more. But there's really no need for a freezer in a restaurant that does everything from step A to step Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Imagine getting stuck in a freezer though.
I don't want to imagine that. What the hell? That got dark. But like, I've been stuck in one.
No, I'm just saying.
When I was a bartender at Red Robin, I got stuck in the beer closet.
Yeah.
And I was surrounded by like 26 kegs.
Yeah.
And I was just mashing on the door, and it's cold, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's cold.
Like, because at my work, right, like they have like these freezers where they put like the whatever they think the modules and stuff that they build, right? And it's just like I've been in one of those, and it's like, yo, it's freezing, and I can't imagine just getting stuck in there.
Yo, like I have, and again, not to get off topic, but like the freezer will start making you so uncomfortable at some point. And for me, I learned that when I have like my own little like jerky company. I make mostly like chicken jerky and turkey jerky, but I'll make beef and stuff like that too. And the place that I go to get my meat is called Restaurant Depot. It's in Cranston. And it's like a wholesale club like BJ's, except it's a little bit bigger. Like you can't buy like a dozen tomatoes. You need to buy like a dozen tomatoes. So you get like 144 tomatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you go to Stop and Shop, you say, could I get like half a pound of Boar's Head buffalo chicken or something like that? And they have like this big log of meat, and they just put it on the slicer. They weigh it out, and they give it to you.
That machine's pretty fire.
It's awesome. I have one. So I have one at my house.
Yeah.
So I just buy the whole lump of meat, the whole like loaf of it, and then I slice it on that, and then I cut it up like with a knife, and I season it myself, and then that's how I make it. And you throw it on a dehydrator, and then like you're good to go. Like certain amount of time later. But when you have something that's just gonna take time and not really that much effort, it's kind of like foolish not to do it if you like it and you can make money doing it too.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know how I got into that topic. Okay. So when I do go into Restaurant Depot, it's like basically everything that's like in the meat, like all the meat and fish and stuff like that is all just a frozen warehouse. So you need to wear like 2 or 3 layers.
Layers, right? Yeah.
Because you're going to be in there for 15 minutes.
For a good amount of time.
And I went there one time, like the first time that I ever went there, I went just like in flip-flops, shorts, and like a tank top because I was with my mom and I was just coming home like from the gym or something like that. And it was the summertime. And then I go in there and it was 27 degrees in there.
Oh my God.
What am I supposed to do? In 27 degrees, I'm shopping for meat. Nothing. So there was that time at Red Robin where I got locked in that closet, and that was brutal. And then there was another time where at Restaurant Depot I was in shorts and a tank top and that whole thing. And they're like moving a pallet cart, and the pallet cart got stuck. And it was stuck in the aisle, and I was in the furthest aisle. So there's just a wall, and then aisles stacked with like items and stuff, and then it's just blockaded by a pallet truck. So I'm just stuck there, and they're like, you can't climb through the pallet truck, and you can't climb over it. Like, that's a safety hazard. I said, like, can I go home? Like, what am I going to do? So, like, they're like, no, like, we're not going to be able to move it for at least, like, 10 minutes because it's got a charge or something. So I just, like, moved all of the tomato, like, the crushed tomato buckets out of the way, and then I just, like, slid through the aisle.
Through it.
Yeah, and I just went out the other way. I was like, you're going to have to move some crushed tomato cans
Back.
That's pretty much it, but I'm not sticking around here,
No,
dog.
dude. Yeah.
No.
Oh, God. But, no, because the reason why I brought up the freezer thing, because I saw on Twitter, Kim Kardashian, I guess, she took like a tour of like her kitchen.
Yep.
Her kitchen's like massive, and they have their own produce freezer in their kitchen.
Does Kim cook?
No. Come on.
So what does she have such a lavish kitchen for?
She's a chef. They have chefs, dude. Like,
can't a chef have a pretty good kitchen though? Well, you need your own produce section for, Kim. There's people in Flint, Michigan don't even got water.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, that's what somebody was saying in the comments. They're like, so Kim can own this massive kitchen and some freezers and some refrigerators, but it's like, that's just crazy how much wealth they have.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think it's ridiculous how much money people feel like they need in order to like be sane, be livable conditions and stuff.
I'm literally content. If I win $1 million, I'm still content with life at that point. Like if I got $1 million, like
$20, I'm hyped. You know, like if somebody hands me a free $5, let's go. Free 20, I'll eat, bro.
Yeah.
I'll do almost anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Not almost anything. That's a little egregious. But for the right price, I'll do almost anything.
Almost anything, yeah.
I'm a crazy guy, but I like the challenge.
Hey,
arrest me.
Hey, and on that note, like, hey, we've had some good content today on today's episode. I got to have you back because we definitely did not cover.
I don't answer any questions. Okay, you're gonna have to butter me up a little bit first, and then you're gonna get the answers.
Yep, I think the audience is gonna find out listening to this entire episode that Sweeney he's himself.
I'm me, no doubt. Yeah. Always have been, probably always will be.
Yeah. Where can they find you on social media?
At eSween75. That's social media for friggin' Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to give to you people. You can hit me up on friggin' LinkedIn or whatever.
If they really want to go that far.
Yeah, if you really want to like hit me up on LinkedIn, that'd be kind of strange. But
very strange. But no, I think that they'll like this episode. They'll enjoy like what you had to offer. I'm definitely going to have you back on. And
Tom has already agreed to, and now since it's on the record, he can't take it back. He could edit it out, but he did make his podcasting space available for me. upon the debut of my show called Showing Out with Sweeney.
Yeah.
And I
Coming
think
soon.
the least I could do is have my first guest to be the man who welcomes me into his home and allows me to podcast with his equipment, right?
Facts.
So Tom Van will be you heard it here first, folks. I will be here in the All Van All Day studio showing out with Sweeney. Don't know what day, don't know what time, but goddamn, it's going to be out there, and Tom Van's going to be here with me. So let's rock.
Oh, yeah. And you guys can find, again, All Van All Day on Twitter and Instagram at All Van All Day. And again, this will be on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Make sure to give that 5-star rating for
5
this
stars.
episode. Yeah.
6 if they let you.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but hopefully you can.
I'll submit other, and then I'll write in a little explanation, like a little comment.
Yeah.
This show is a 6 out of 5.
It's a 6 out of 5. Yeah. Facts.
That would be a good little you know how the comment section just says like what their average review was.
Yeah.
And their little comment. It's gonna be like, I only put 5 because they wouldn't let me put 6.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
I've seen that one.
That's good marketing.
That's good marketing. Yeah.
That's a good Yelp review.
Oh, dude, I could see you as a
Yelper.
Yeah, a professional Yelp reviewer.
Yeah, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be a sellout. I want people to know when it's me.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be a food critic.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be really a bad, like, I wouldn't be like good enough of a critic. Like, I like so many foods, and I can always find what's good in them.
Oh, so you
I
would
think
say
I'd be too light of a food critic.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would have trouble like being. You need to find the nick.
I can be constructive, but I'm not about being rude. I feel like a lot of food critics are rude.
They
like,
are.
There's no flavor on this. I'm like. It's pretty hard to get no flavor when you're eating a fillet.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Like, there's some things that just have its own flavor.
Yeah.
I don't understand. People have to be so freaking mean, Tommy Van.
I know.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. It's the world.
Be good people. Okay.
Good.
Be nice. Love each other. Hug each other.
2020 positivity.
2020. You know what? 2021. All the rest of the 20s and the 30s to come. But honestly, bro, like, life's too short to be a dick.
It is.
So just don't. Just be a nice guy. Keep it moving, and be you, dog.
Be you. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Cheers, mate.